All right, guys, we're going to talk about slope in this video. So slope you've seen in middle school. You've probably done it before. You probably heard rise over run and just a few various terms that talk about slope. So we're just going to be going over it. It may be a review for some and it may be new to others, and that's okay. So slope describes the rate of change. Let me get my pen out. So slope is the rate of change. Okay, you may also hear them say unit rate or common difference, but slope and rate of change are synonyms. So the question can ask, what is the slope or what is the rate of change? That's going to be the exact same question, so don't get confused. So as I said, you've heard rise over run. Okay, you've also probably heard delta y over delta x. If you haven't heard, delta in math just means change. Okay, and then we have our slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so we're going to have 5 different representations that we're going to be looking at. Okay, graph, equation, table, word, problem, and 2 points. All right, so you may want to write this down. You only need about 2 points to find a slope. Well, exactly 2 points. Let me not say about. You need 2 points to find the slope. Only 2 points. So write 2 points needed. Okay. So when you're looking at a graph, you're going to pick 2 points. You're going to count the rise from one point to the next. Then you're going to count the run. And you write slope as y over x. So that's going to be my change in y over change in x. So all you want to do when you look at your graph, you can pick 2 definite points. Definite points mean that they're crossing right at a number. Okay, you can't pick a point that's in between 2 numbers because that's not going to work. So I'm going to pick these 2 points right here. Okay, now it is more definite points that you can pick. It's a total of 4 for this graph. But like I said, you only need 2. But just keep in mind that your partner or whoever you're working with for the day, they may choose a different point, and that's okay. You just want to make sure that you simplify your fraction when you're done if it's not simplified. So I'm going to draw a little triangle here because that creates our boundaries, okay? So I'm going up 2 and over 1. So what that means is my change in y or my rise is 2 and my run is 1. So we're going to write m equals, because m is the variable that we use for slope. Remember, y goes over x. So I have 2 over 1, which simplifies to 2. So my slope for this graph is 2. Okay. Also keep in mind that this is a positive slope. If you remember the slope man from middle school, with some of my classes said that you guys didn't do the slope man. But if it goes up from left to right, that's going to be positive. If it goes down from left to right, that's going to be negative. If you have a vertical line, that's going to be undefined. And if you have a horizontal line, that's going to be 0. So he has dimples. He's really cute. He has some face tattoos. So he a little ratchet. But yeah, so if it goes up, that's positive. Down is negative. U is undefined. And horizontal is going to be 0. Okay, so you're going to have some questions that may say, hey, is the slope positive or negative? They may not even ask you to actually find the slope. You just want to make sure that you know how to read that graph and see what type of slope it is. Okay, so part B, I'm going to take 2 points. So let's pick this one and this one. Okay, I'm going to draw my line or my triangle. So I'm going down 1. So let's put negative 1 because this is going to be a negative slope this time because that line is going down from left to right. Then I have 3 over. Okay, so my m, remember we put y over x, or my vertical change over my horizontal change. So we have m equals negative 1 over 3, and that's simplified. So we're good to go. All right, so the next form we're going to look at is slope-intercept form, which is your y equals mx plus b. Okay, so most of you have seen that before. M stands for your slope and b stands for your y-intercept. So keep in mind when you're looking to find a slope from an equation, it has to be in slope-intercept form. Or it can be in point-slope form, which we're going to talk about that later on in the year. But for now, you have to make sure that y is by itself, okay, on this side, okay. We seen standard form before, and you guys kind of realized like, hey, you can't just pick the slope from there. You have to actually solve for y or put it in slope-intercept form, okay. So the slope is going to be the coefficient that's in front of the x. Okay, so anytime you have a number in front of the variable, like let's say I had 3x, the number that's in front of that variable is going to be your coefficient, and in this case, it's going to be the slope. So here, the number before x is 4 over 3, so that's pretty easy. 4 over 3 is your slope, positive 4 over 3. Here, your slope is going to be negative 3. Here, your slope is 15. And here your slope is negative 1/10. Okay. All right, let's look at table. So we're going to be finding the constant rate of change of the x values and the y values, and you write the change as y over x again. So tables, you just want to still pick your 2 points. So you can pick this one and this one, or you can pick the other ones. It's up to you. And you just want to count. Like, how many does it take me to get from -1 to 0? That's going to be +1. Then how many does it take for me to get to 0 to 2? That's going to be +2. So I'm going to have m equals, remember we put y over x. So 2 is my change in y. So I'm going to have 2 over my change in x, which is 1. So that simplifies to 2. Okay. And forgive me if I'm going a little fast. I'm trying to get this video in before my next class. So like I said, if you need to rewind or go back, feel free to do that. All right. So next one, I'm going to pick 2 points here. So I want to see how I get from 3 to 6 and 20 to 16. So I have +3. And then 20 to 16, that's going to be -4. So our slope is going to be negative this time. So we put y over x. So we got -4 over 3. And that's my slope. So word problems, our favorite. So word problems is pretty simple for slope because you're just looking for your keywords like per, each. Okay, you guys ask all the time, when do we use math in real life? Let's say you have a job and you make $8 per hour. 8 is going to be your slope. So you may want to figure out, hey, I want to get a new iPhone 12 by the end of the summer or end of the year. I need to work this many hours before I can get that. You know, it costs $1,000, you know, so I don't know. But slope is used in real life, okay? So this is your rate of change. And we're good to go. So let's look at A. Jack has 5 toy trains. He plans to buy 2 each month. So he already has 5 and he's going to add 2 more each month. So whatever number they have with the each, that's going to be your slope. So the slope is going to be 2, which means he's getting 2 new trains per month. So 2 trains is your slope. The next one says the initial fee to have a website set up using a server is $48. It costs $44 per month to maintain a site. Okay, so $40 per month. Okay, some of you don't like reading, but all you're looking for is where it says per. So my slope is going to be that $44 per month. Then you have an online camera store charges $1.49 for every 8x10 picture that you order. The shipping cost is $5.50. So it says $1.49 for every 8x10 photo. So M is going to be equal to 1.49. Okay, and that means $1.49 for every photo. Okay, lastly, we have 2 points. So here's where we're going to use our formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, I'm actually going to be showing you two ways because some of you hate formulas, and that's okay. So you don't have to use it, but I am going to show you how to use it. So you want to label x1, y1 with your point. So this is my first point, and this is my second point, okay? So all I'm going to be doing is putting these 2 points in my numerator, and these 2 points will go in my denominator. So when I write it out, I'm going to have my y2, which is 17, minus my y1, which is 5. Then I have x2, which is 4, and then x1, which is 0. Okay, so all I did was plug in these numbers in my formula. Okay, so now you just subtract. You're going to have 12 over 4, and that simplifies to 3. Okay, so I just subtracted 5 from 17 and 0 from 4, 12 over 4, which gives you 3. So let's say you hate formulas. What I like to do is make a table. Kind of like, it's kind of the same thing that we did with the 2 points from a table, which it is the same thing. It's not kind of like, it is the same thing. So I can say, how many do I get from 0 to 4? That's plus 4. How many do I get from here to here? That's plus 12. Y over X. So I can say that that's 3. Okay, so 2 ways to do that. I'm not asking that you learn every method, but you need to pick the one that you like, and that needs to be the one that you stick to. All right, so here I got 0.1. So this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. So in my formula, I'm going to have -6 minus -10. So we got to be careful there. Then I'm going to have 0 minus -12. Okay, so if you're thinking, hey, this look weird, yes it does, because remember we have to do our keep, change, flip for these. So we're going to keep, change, flip. So now we're going to be looking at -6 plus 10, which is going to be 4 for my numerator. Then same thing here, we have a double negative, so I'm looking at 0 plus 12, which will be 12. Then from here, I'm going to just simplify. So I have 1/3, and that's my slope. Okay. So again, this was your y2, y1 that went here. And here was your x2, x1 that went here. And this is what it simplified to. Okay. All right, let's get this last one out the way. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to have 11 minus 7, okay, for my numerator. And I'm going to have -5 minus 0. Okay, so that's my numerator. And then here's my denominator here. Okay, so from here, I got 11 minus 7. That's going to be 4. And then -5 minus 0 is -5. So my slope is 4 over -5. Now, a lot of students always ask, like, well, which one does the negative go on? It's a complete negative number, so you just want to, it can go on either one, and that whole number is negative, okay? And if you were thinking about a decimal, it's going to be 0.80. Which for slope, we really want you to keep it as a fraction, because when we get to graphing, we want you to easily be able to see the rise over run, and you can't really do that with the decimal. So yeah, so let me know if you have questions, and see you guys next time.